All right, y'all, welcome back. I just caught me a scammer red-handed, played with him quite a bit along the way, documented the entire process so that I could teach you exactly how the scam works. And this right here, by the way, this is the actual cashier's check. This is a fraudulent cashier's check from a real-world scammer. This was sent to me with the intent of scamming me. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell you, number one, how the scam works so that you don't get caught by the scam. Then I'm going to take you through the slightly entertaining conversation because I knew this was a scammer from the get-go, so I kind of gave him a hard time all the way through. But I'm going to take you through and show you our entire conversation, explain how the scam works so that you don't ever get caught by this again. So this particular scam is based on the Expedited Funds Availability Act, which is a law that requires banks to give you relatively fast access to your cash if you've gotten that cash in the form of a cashier's check, certified check, or teller's check. The law says they have to make that money available to you within something like 24 hours. However, making the money available to you doesn't necessarily mean that the bank has decided that the cashier's check is not fraudulent. And this is the loophole that these scammers use, is they send you the fraudulent cashier's check, and it's good enough that the teller can't tell that it's fraudulent right away. So you go to the bank, you deposit the cashier's check, the bank gives you access to the funds within 24 hours, but in the background, they're still going to be checking this cashier's check out. And so what happens is you get access to the funds, and then after you get access to the funds, which makes you feel really confident that it's a real check. So then they come and they say, okay, so I sent you a check for $1,200 for the $800 worth of work that you're doing for me. The other $400, I need you to Zelle over to this other person over here because they're also part of the process. And you feel comfortable doing that because you actually have the $1,200 sitting in your account. But what you don't know is behind the scenes, the other bank, the bank that this cashier's check is going to be drawn on, behind the scenes, this other bank is looking everything over, and within maybe 48 hours, they're saying, hey, hold on, this is a fraudulent check. We're not honoring this. So then what happens is your bank, who gave you access to that $1,200, your bank then comes back and says, nope, that's a fake check. We're taking back the $1,200, but in the meantime, you've sent $400 real dollars to somebody who's involved with the scam, and you've sent it via a route that cannot be taken back. There is no way, for example, if you Zelle somebody, you can't get that money back after the fact because it was a scam. So now I'm going to dive into the actual conversation back and forth via email that I had with this scammer. All right, so I get this email from somebody named Paul Miller. It says, electrician needed, lighting and fan installation at new property, exclamation points as if it's an emergency. Hi there, my name is Paul. I'm looking for an electrician to handle fixture replacements at my new property. Details of work: 3 ceiling panel lights, 2 ceiling fans with light fixtures in the living room, 3 ceiling fans in the bedrooms, 2 front door lights, and 2 backyard wall lights. Are you available for this project? Please send an estimate for labor based on the scope above and let me know which city you're located in. Once we align on price and schedule, I'm ready to proceed. Looking forward to hearing back from you soon. Thank you, Paul. So there's a few red flags right off the bat. Number one, Paul Miller is PM6295113 at gmail.com. And part of the reason for this is that whether he does it inside this scam or across multiple scams, he's going to use the same email address format, the PM plus a serial number at gmail.com. And on a timed basis, the serial number is actually going to change. The 6295113 is going to become 5114, 5115, 5116, and that's going to help make sure that nobody is tracking back that email address in real time. Another red flag is that he says, let me know which city you're located in. Well, why would he be emailing me here in Tucson if his house is in Cincinnati? Clearly, Paul Miller, if he's real, would have emailed an electrician or a handyman in the city that the property's located in, not just any random handyman anywhere in the country hoping to land on the right city. So I said, howdy, you have great timing. The market is tough, and I was about to have to shut down my business and go back to my old job. We're about to get evicted if I don't come up with back rent in the next 2 weeks. I promise I'm your guy. The total price for all of that would usually be $400, but I can do a deal for $325 if that works for you, and I'm available immediately. Just let me know. I'm in Tucson. To which Paul replied, "Hi Ray, thanks for the quick response and the discounted rate. I'd like to move forward. To lock in the timeline, I can make an upfront payment via certified check once we confirm the details. If that sounds good, let me know what days work best for you next week. Once the check clears, we can meet on site for installation. How does that look to you? Best, Paul." Now, the next red flag is inside this email, which is where Paul wants to pay with certified check. I've been a handyman, a professional handyman, for almost 6 years now, full time with no other job. This is what I do for a living. And I will tell you, nobody needs to pay with a certified check. Nobody wants to pay with a certified check. Not one legitimate client ever in the history of my business has ever tried to pay with a certified check. Every time they want to pay with a certified check, that's a scammer. If you have somebody that insists on paying you with certified check, the answer is no. So I replied, "Don't worry about the certified check. You can just pay me cash on site. I trust you. Give me the address with the date and time and I'll be there." To which Paul replied, "Hey Ray, thanks for the flexibility. I'm actually currently away, which is why I'm trying to get everything set up in advance. I want to hit the ground running as soon as I arrive. Because I'm out of town, cash on site won't work for this setup. If you're still comfortable taking on the job, could you please send over your payment details or a preferred digital payment method? Once we have that squared away, I'll send over the address, date, and time so we can get this officially on the schedule. Thanks, Paul." So I said, again, trying to give him any opportunity in the world to pay any way other than a cashier's check. I said, "Okay, well, I'm fine just waiting for the cash from whoever shows up on site same day, but if you insist on paying in advance, my Zelle is ray.e.duke@gmail.com and my name is Ray Duke. That should be everything you need for sending via Zelle." Because previously, if you remember, he asked me for also electronic payment method that I would accept. So Paul replied back, "Sorry, payment can only be made via certified check." Again, guys, this is your big red flag. It's the biggest red flag. Just don't ever take a certified check from anybody, ever, 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 ever. So I said back, "Oh, okay, I was confused. I thought you said preferred digital payment method," because that's exactly what he said. So my name is Ray Duke and my address is, not going to read you my address out loud. I'll censor that part. "How long does it take? I'm literally about to be evicted if I don't pay rent and my family barely has any food to eat. We can barely afford formula for the youngest." So now, just to show you guys, these guys don't give a shit about you. This guy was just told that I'm about to be evicted and I have an infant who's on the verge of starving because we can't buy formula, and they're still going to scam me. So Paul Miller said, "Thanks for sending over the payment details. I will mail out the payment today and update you as soon as it's sent. You should receive it by Tuesday or Wednesday. Just a quick reminder, the property is located in Pima County, Arizona." And by the way, nobody refers to a property's location as the county, right? It's always a city, unless it's like out in the middle of nowhere. "Regarding the installation, since I'm not on site right now, could you please help receive the new fixtures when they arrive? Once you've received the check and the delivery is complete, we can meet at the property to get the installation started. Looking forward to hearing back from you soon. Best, Paul." To which I replied, "Yes, that's no problem. I can do that." To which Paul replied, "Hello, Ray. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. The check for $1,175 was mailed to you. This amount covers the deposit payment of $325 plus $850 allocated for delivery of the fixtures. The check is in transit. Please let me know once it arrives. I apologize for not communicating this breakdown sooner. Thank you for your understanding. Looking forward to hearing back from you soon. Best, Paul." To which I replied, "How does the delivery fee for the fixtures work? Ray." Paul said, "Hello, Ray. Regarding the delivery fee, there isn't much to worry about. Payment will simply be made directly to our courier upon delivery. I've added the delivery fee to the total check amount. Please let me know once you receive it. As soon as the check clears, we can meet on site to get started with the installation. Thanks, Paul." Now, if you'll notice, what he's doing is he's getting these things initiated before I've really agreed to them, and then apologizing or explaining after the fact. And the other thing you'll notice is that Paul keeps talking about meeting on site after all of this other stuff is done. So he's trying to make me feel comfortable that I'm not just working with a digital nobody on the other side of a computer screen, that he's a real person and that we will be meeting in person at some point. So I said, "Okay," so I cashed the check and then I used part of it to pay for the materials when they get delivered. And Paul said, "No, the materials are already purchased and will be delivered to you once the check clears. The remaining money, after you deduct your charges, is for the delivery fee for the fixtures and things the agent will deliver." And then I didn't reply back to him very quickly, so the next day he said, "Hi, good morning, hope you're doing well. Did you get a chance to see my last message? It's holding up things on our end, so we really need your sign-off to move forward. Let me know as soon as you can." And I said, "You did not ask anything from me in your last message, so I seriously doubt it's holding anything up." Again, I'm not worried about how I talk to this guy, because I know he's a scammer. Paul said, "Sorry about that. I don't think my previous message went through. I was reaching out to see if you've received the payment yet. When I didn't hear back, I wanted to double check if my last note reached you. Have you received it?" To which I said, "Well, there is always a last note from you, but if the note you're referring to didn't reach me, then I wouldn't know, since the note that I received last would always appear to be said note. If there's a note that you believe may not have reached me, I would advise more specificity in your question so that together we can identify which note should have been the last one." So Paul said, "No problem at all. There's nothing special or hidden about the message. I was simply asking if you've received the payment yet so I can let the agent know if it's good to go and deliver the fixtures." So I said, "No, I have not received any payment yet." And Paul said, "Okay, thanks for letting me know. I'll stop by at USPS to know why you haven't received it. Please exercise more patience." To which I replied, "Yes, I agree. I will exercise more patience. There was once an old man who told me a story about exercising patience, and I heard him when he told the story. So I says to myself, I says, 'Self, we're going to exercise more patience.' And then I did. Thank you for the reminder." And Paul said, "You're welcome." And then Paul emailed again and said, "Hi Ray, hope your day is going well. USPS confirmed that the check was delivered in or at the mailbox at 9:06 a.m. tracking number blah blah blah. Please deposit the check when you get a chance and let me know once it clears. As soon as the funds process, the delivery agent will contact you to coordinate the fixture's delivery. Thank you for your prompt attention to this. Best, Paul." So I said, "Howdy, yes, I've received the check. I'm at the community college applying for some new training for some crazy futuristic astronaut stuff. They said that AI is going to open up new frontiers and that we will need people fixing things like data centers in space, but the class is expensive, but they said I can take a loan out for it, so I think that's honestly the best future I can have. As soon as I leave here, I'll be on my way to the bank. Does it matter which bank? My ex-English teacher from Idaho works at a bank, but she's not here in Tucson right now. They transferred her up to Phoenix. Ray." So Paul said, "Hi Ray, thanks for letting me know you received the check. You can take it to whichever bank you already have an account with, or you can also just deposit it using your bank's mobile app if you have it installed on your phone. There's no need to travel up to Phoenix to see your former teacher for this. Please deposit the check when you're done at the college and get back to me as soon as it's submitted so the funds can be authorized. Looking forward to hearing back from you soon. Best, Paul." So I said, "Awesome, all done. That was easy. So now what do I do? Please instruct me thoroughly as if I was your own son. I want to make you proud. Ray." Paul said, "Thanks for the update. Have you had a chance to deposit the check yet? Once the check clears, I'll arrange for the delivery agent to bring the fixtures over to your location. After I return, we'll schedule a convenient time to meet at the site and complete the installation. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. Best regards, Paul." And I said, "Yes, I did that thing you were asking about already. The lady at the bank was very nice, and she smiled even though I had just finished swapping a toilet and smelled like a dirty sewer rat." Paul Miller said, "Hi Ray, I don't understand what you're saying. Could you send me the deposit receipt? Then I can know what you're talking about. Thanks. Looking forward to hearing back from you soon." And I said, "I didn't keep any receipt. I just deposited it. Ray." "Okay, the funds should be available now. Please check your account and let me know so I can notify the delivery agent to bring over the fixtures. Looking forward to hearing back from you soon." And I said, "Yes, the funds are there." Paul said, "Sounds great. Thanks for keeping me posted. I'll get in touch with the delivery agent to coordinate the fixtures and reach back out to you shortly." And then Paul said, "Hello, Ray. I've confirmed the fixture delivery for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Could you please let me know if this time works for you? Additionally, the shipping agent requires payment upon delivery via either Zelle or Apple Pay. Which of those options is more convenient for you?" So I said, "Sounds good. I'll meet the agent, verify all the fixtures are present and undamaged, and send him the payment after I verify everything so that he doesn't scam you with the wrong fixtures or broken fixtures. Sometimes those agents can be sneaky little snakes, and I won't let anyone scam you. You have to be careful these days. It's sad but true. Even this one guy I knew from a different job said that he never meets anyone without knowing for sure if it's even real. Don't worry, I'll make sure this job gets done ASAP, and then I can be your new agent for Tucson. Paul said, you don't need to meet the agent there. The policy requires payment before delivery, and I trust the agent. Please go ahead and send him the payment so they can lock you in for delivery tomorrow. Which payment is more convenient for you, Zelle or Apple Pay? I look forward to hearing back from you soon. Best, Paul. And I said, are you sure you trust them? I didn't even graduate high school, and even I know that you should be really careful paying people with these online platforms. If I pay them with your money and they don't deliver, you'll be out all that money. Just let me know that you're sure. I think you and I can be long-term best friends if we keep doing these jobs, but I want to be a good friend and make sure that you don't get scammed. Ray. Paul said, thank you so much for your advice and being honest with me. I truly appreciate your input. I trust them and I'm confident there won't be any issues, so you can go ahead and send them the money. One thing, though, you didn't answer my earlier question. Which payment method do you think is more convenient and reliable for sending the money, Zelle or Apple Pay? I'd appreciate your recommendation so we can use the best option. Looking forward to hearing back from you soon. Best, Paul. To which I said, I don't like apples, so it will need to be Zelle. Paul said, okay, I'll ask for the agent's Zelle and get back to you. Then Paul said, hi, Ray, the agent asked me to share the Zelle payment details with you. Please send the $850 payment to Zelle number +1 928 613 1467. Recipient 𝗪𝗪𝗡𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗥𝗡. Once you've completed the payment, please send me a screenshot of the payment receipt so I can forward it to the agent for confirmation. I look forward to hearing from you soon. And then Paul said, hey, Ray, what's the update? Have you sent the payment to the agent's Zelle account? And I said, not yet. I'm trying to figure it out. It might be easier if I just deliver the money in person. If he's in Tucson, I can take it directly to him. I've never been good with this computer stuff. Paul said, you don't need to meet the agent in person. As I told you, it's their policy to receive payment before delivery. Go ahead and make the payment. Once you're done, please forward a screenshot of the payment receipt. And then I said, this is the best one. sloppy old ever, if you know what I mean. Got it. Just a little help and then that's it. I'm pretty sure I figured it out. You never know. It'll be good, though, tonight. And then I said again, okay, I think I have it figured out. So how do I send the money with Zelle? Paul said, sounds good. I forwarded the agent details to you. Please send it over and share the screenshot when you're... And then I said, hey, Paul, I'm just going to give it to him in person. I can't figure this out. Give me his number and I can call him and schedule to meet. And that was the end of our entire conversation. After that, he finally stopped emailing me. I think he probably figured out either number one, he figured out that I figured out that he's a scammer, so he's just not wasting his time finally anymore. Or number two, he figures by now the bank has figured out that that's not a real cashier's check, and he's moved on to his other victims, but he stopped emailing me finally. So here's the point, guys. Number one, if they're out of town, be suspicious. Number two, if they want to pay you with a cashier's check, absolutely not. Really, just absolutely not. Nobody needs to pay with a cashier's check. There are 1,000 other ways to pay. Don't take cashier's check for your work. Now, I want to go over something else completely unrelated real quick. I'm flying 3 of y'all in here to Tucson September 1st through 5th for the inaugural class of Founders and Fathers Technical College, where I'm going to give y'all room and board and classroom time for 3 full, very intensive days. You arrive on day 1. Day 2, 3, and 4 are all intensive working on your business. Day 5 is departure. And for that 5-day period of time, I'm covering everything, including airfare, and I'm helping you guys with your businesses. And the reason I'm able to do that is because of sponsors like 𝗪𝗪, QUO, formerly OpenPhone. 𝗪𝗪 is an app-based VoIP phone that lives on your phone. It's a business phone. They take you through all the 10 DLC approval stuff very quickly and easily, get you approved so you can send out text messages. This is going to really help with a lot of your mass marketing in the future. They've got an AI receptionist. They've got a million different features that's connected up to ChatGPT, connected up to Claude. This is an amazing business phone for you to have. So if you don't know what business phone you're going to use yet, or if you're not happy with the business phone that you're using already, go to the link in the description of this video and all of my videos and check out 𝗪𝗪, QUO, formerly Open Phone. Let them know that you appreciate their sponsorship of this channel and of things like Founders and Fathers Technical College, because like I said, I can't fly y'all in and host you in a rental house and do all of this and put all of my work and everything else to the side for 3 days. I can't do all of that without sponsors like Quo, and the way you help make sure this continues happening is by visiting Quo. And if you're interested in attending one of these future events, you can go to bulletproofhandyman.com, go to the events tab, and get yourself signed up right over there. So if you guys have any questions, don't ever hesitate. Drop it in the comments. I answer every comment. Or you can email me at bulletproofhandymanbusiness@gmail.com, and I always reply to every single email. Or you can go through the description of this video or any of my videos and find my Quo phone number, my actual Bulletproof Handyman business Quo phone number that you can text me at. Don't call me. I'm not going to answer your phone call. But if you text me at that number, I will absolutely answer that text message. Otherwise, I love you guys. I hope you're out there killing it. Don't get scammed, and I'll see you on the next one.